Hi everyone. So for my message, I had participated in a quality assurance internship for Blizzard Entertainment. I was testing out bugs for the game Heroes of the Storm. So two of the heroes had a very specific interaction when played just the right way in game. They had to have one event after the other happen in a relatively close time frame for a visual bug to occur. But it was really complicated. How do I really communicate this, and how can I clearly explain the steps to reproduce this result? Um, if I try to explain what I did, it might sound long and confusing because there were a lot of steps involved to try to communicate how to reproduce this effect so developers could go and fix it. Some of the short-term goals were just to fix the bug with minimal time for developers, but also long-term is kind of establish a formal way of communication so I can get more of a back and forth between developers rather than just submitting errors and receiving no feedback. So something I really wanted to work on during my time in the internship was just try to form a rapport so I could make their job easier and they could make my job easier. So what I ended up doing was I ended up sectioning most of the steps that I listed into bullet points. That way each step is clear and concise. I don't have the message on hand because the internship was fairly, it was pretty far back. But it went something like this. Hero A's ability interacts with Hero B's ability in an unintended way, producing blank result. Here are the steps to reproduce this effect. So I essentially listed a few bullet points, I believe a little more than this, because it was a pretty complicated set of events. But yeah, I just listed it in a set of bullet points to communicate exactly how you reproduce this effect so they can figure out what's going on. Because that's the main goal of a QA analysis. So some of the successes and lessons were short-term and long-term goals. The bug was fixed with no issue. Many things can be improved. I think I can spread out the bullet points a little bit more. The words tend to run on, so I think I could kind of lengthen that out even more, provide even clearer communication. And then just kind of wanted to preserve my role as a QA member communicating errors with developers. This is why there are no introductions at all. It's just posting stuff onto a communication board. So that's why I didn't introduce myself, anything like that. You want to kind of maintain that. So yeah, just fixing the message. Just kind of maintain that expressive order. So you just want to maintain your role as a QA developer, really getting into the groove of communicating with things. So one thing that I noticed is that I could increase my correspondence, so I could add even more details to the event. That might increase my expressive order. That might help me establish my role. The audience is developers, so they don't read much, so just solve issues. So maybe I could add something at the end of the end of the memo, like a conclusion, to just confirm that they're seeing what I'm seeing. So yeah, that was one error that I've analyzed. One message that I had to communicate with developers.